to rehydrate.
Fluid level.
Homeostasis.
Okay, it could be, but it's probably more you're just replacing something. So we could be dehydrated and we're literally just replacing something that comes back out of there. But as far as when we put it in the body, that fluid doesn't shift from the extracellular to the intracellular or the intracellular to the extracellular. It stays neutral, but it could be you're dehydrated, had extended period of nausea, vomiting, blood loss, something along those sorts. What about hypertonic? What happens?
Itch.
Wait, time out. Let's go back to isotonic. Give me an example.
Like 0.9 normal saline or lactated ringers or.
So what's another name for 0.9?
Normal saline.
Normal saline, 0.9 sodium chloride, normal saline, all the same word or the same thing. Okay, it's talking about this type of fluid. 0.9% sodium chloride is the same thing as normal saline, 0.9% normal saline, however you want to word it, it's all the same thing. I want to make sure you guys understand that.
Okay.
It's just a terminology thing that we use.
Is it like
Okay, so normal saline,
lactated ringers and
W,
D5W?
yeah.
technically yes. D5W, remember, is isotonic
In the back.
into
Until
the
it's
body.
low.
Yeah.
And then it becomes
Hypertonic.
So then, okay, those are isotonic. So what happens with hypertonic fluids?
That is
shrink.
your. Yeah, it shrinks it, and so that's your what? An
What?
increase in your.
Okay, so it shrinks our cells. So what is actually
It's
occurring?
removing fluid from the cells and putting it
So
out
it's
to the
a decrease.
extracellular space.
Okay, so it's moving fluid or
Fat.
water from the intracellular compartment, so inside the cell, into the extracellular fluid, so into the vascular system, which causes our cells to shrink. What are examples?
That is your. Isn't also your dextro 10 or like D10?
D10 is one of them.
You have D.
5W.
Your D15. Well, what's another one? Isn't there just another sodium?
There's lots of dextrose in this
On
one.
your
So
dextrose,
D5 what?
20%.
D5, not W.
D5 sodium.
D5 normal saline.
D5.
D5 NS.
Don't you have like no? It's not potassium.
D5.
Chloride. D5 lactated ringers.
Thank you.
I'll get one of them right sometime.
All right, so there's about 3 right there. Okay, what else? Go on to our hypotonic now.
That is that your hypotonic. That's your.
Your hypo. Is that what you said? Is that the
That's your-
hippo?
That's
Hypo
your.
hippo.
Who said that? Was it you?
It's a
It
video.
is Sarah. The video.
Give her the credit.
Yeah.
So they're really
So remember
fat.
I told you that I found this video, this guy did this real stupid thing, but hypo, like a hippo. Hippos are
Fat.
Fat.
fat, and they like what?
Water.
Water. So think about your cells
They
swelling
expand.
up because they're full of water or fluid. Okay, so what happens to the cells?
They expand.
Why?
Because
the
they're going
extracellular fluid is
into.
moving
The
inside the
extracellular
cell.
fluid is moving inside the cells to the intracellular fluid compartment, which causes the cells to swell.
How like fluid volume excess, like they kind of cross there a little bit, or no?
Well, it's just going into the cells.
Like
So, in what circumstances would we not want to give a hypotonic?
Hemorrhagic brain.
If we have somebody that has increased intracranial pressure, cerebral edema, however you want to refer to it as, if they've already got swelling in the brain, so we don't want to swell our cells up by giving them a hypotonic solution because that's going to just further increase their ICP.
So we would give them hyper.
Could or isotonic, one of the two. We just definitely don't want to be giving them hypo. Yep, yep. Okay, examples.
You have your 1/4. Is it normal saline or is it
0.45.
1/4 normal saline? Then you have your 1/3 normal saline.
And then a
Half normal saline
Half
with
normal.
dextrose.
Thank you. So quarter, third, and half normal salines. Good examples.
Huh? It's because I was looking at it early and I remember it was 1/4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're hyper.
Okay, what else?
Ah, my ankle just popped. What are the questions?
Questions about phlebotomy?
No.
About phlebotomy? Since you just heard that today.
I think we're about phlebotomy.
What about blood?
Blood.
Blood.
We just can't do it.
That you can,
Right,
but you can monitor it.
monitor.
You have to do it within 30 minutes of grabbing it from the lab to putting it to the person.
We have to sit with them for 15 minutes
15
after
minutes.
the
There's a
first.
certain set of
Correct.
vitals you have to do.
You have to do an initial set of vitals, then we have to do vitals frequently after it starts, so maybe every 15 minutes for an hour, every 30 minutes for an hour, and then every hour after
We
that.
have 4 hours to give it.
It has to be given within 4 hours.
You also have to
So
run the
how
bag
often does our
normal.
tubing need to be changed?
4 hours. Or after each unit if you do 1 unit.
You can actually technically,
Do
in
2
some
units?
circumstances, give 2 units in 4 hours. It just kind of depends how quickly you're putting them in, but for sure every 4 hours.
Then you
Or after 2 units. So if you get 2 units in, say you're moving them in quickly and you've done 2 units pretty rapidly, and it's not been 4 hours yet, you'd still want to go ahead and change
And
that.
don't it have to be an 18 or 20
It
gauge?
does have to be an 18 or 20 gauge IV to give blood, because anything smaller than that is going to do what to those blood
Destroy
vessels?
them.
Destroy them. Okay, what fluid can we
You have
use?
normal saline.
Only normal saline. You can only use normal saline as a backup
glad you
fluid.
got it out, eh?
Blood
I just know the fluid
Chelsea,
part.
didn't Melissa say like 23 to something
Why?
today?
Why can't we use dextrose?
Because that
Do you know when I asked that about the blood?
It'll cause the blood cells to hemolyze, so it basically destroys them. Fancy word.
Melissa said something about a 23 gauge needle.
For like the blood thing, because when we were in there today, I asked
For
her, I was like,
butterflies.
doesn't it have to be 18 to 20?
When you are giving someone
So like the
blood,
butterflies.
not when you're drawing blood
Okay.
Okay.
necessarily.
Okay.
How did I not know there was an odd number of needles? If I didn't know there was a 21 gauge needle until today. I just thought they were even.
No, just think about when I was talking to you guys about med administration, given an IM, it's 20 to 23.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess maybe because I
20,
just don't remember
21,
seeing those
22,
in the...
23. You're not going to see them on insights. You'll see them on needles to like draw things up or give it
Oh,
IM
okay.
injection.
There's that.
Your insights usually go in even increments. So 14,
Insights
16,
meaning,
18, 20.
insights you mean IVs.
Yes, that's the
Okay.
name of them.
Sorry, I wasn't clear on that.
I want ice cream.
Casey's.
I want a chocolate ice cream.
Insight.
Okay.
It's just a fancy word for
I need that too.
Chocolate Oreo.
the IV start.
A frozen blue raspberry margarita. It's also on like your
Flip it over.
IV if you look.
Can I show you guys that, not that, like, there's 100 ways to skin a cat, so I mean, it's another option that you guys could use if you want to.
I don't care. Sure, they just flip it up.
I just taught them that they need to have the fork down until it fills your cassette up and then flip it over. Right.
Are there going to be questions on infusing like IVs and stuff?
Okay, so let's do.
Yeah, it's 320.
So you can go ahead and flip it over the same way, fill up your drip chamber, and then you've got your blue secondary port, and you've got the triangle on the front. So you remember, I don't know if you guys, maybe I can turn to you. Turn this down so it's blue to shoe, and when the fluid gets to the very top right here, you want to turn it right, because it's going to go towards this bubble up here, and then it's going to go through. So it just flows better that way. So you've got this primed right here. Go ahead and pull your clamp on the back end of it, and let it get to the top of that triangle. Again, blue to shoe. Pull your triangle, or your clamp in the back. Once it gets up to the top of the triangle, flip it, and then you have essentially no air in it. So that's just another way. That's how I remembered it was blue to shoe. And flip it right.